Hey everyone, and welcome to the section on the cycle of a plot. This section aims to show the beginning, middle, and end of a single visualization using Matplotlib. We will begin with some raw data and end by saving a figure of a customized visualization. Along the way, we will try to highlight some neat features and best practices using Matplotlib. So on this lesson, we will introduce the raw data and also comment on the style on the plot. So our data contains sales information for a number of companies. So as we can see here, we have a dictionary, we have a map where the keys in green are the names of the companies and the values of this dictionary are their sales, right? These real values in blue. So we have a dictionary here. This is our data. So let's begin by defining this data onto our notebook. Let's create here a new text window. Let's define here defining data. And here we can just paste this. You have on the downloadable documents of this lesson a file, a document file. In fact, it is a text file txt with this data. So you can just copy this data and paste it onto your notebook. So once we have this, let's define two lists, one for the values and another list for the keys of this data, right? So here we can just define here, let's define the list values. This is going to be the list of this dictionary here, data dot values. With this, we access all the values, all of the sales of each element of this dictionary. And we'll also define the keys, or just let's say the names of the companies. This is the list of the dictionary, and here we access the keys. Right? The names are the keys of this company. Once we have these two lists, we can then proceed to calculate the mean. The mean of this is going to be, we want to have the mean of all the sales, so the values here, and we will use the NumPy min. So here we use NumPy min of these values. Again, we are using the NumPy library as we are used to. So let's run this cell. And also before running, make sure that you load all the, and you import all the libraries initially, right? And we run this, and now in a new window, we can proceed here to verify the values and their names. First, the names, let's just run this. As we can see here, we have the names of all of the companies. And if we just type values, we have a list of all of the values, right? They're the same. And finally, the mean, we can see that the mean of all of the sales is this value here. So everything works fine. So the visualization of this data, right? The natural visualization of this data is a bar plot with one bar for each element, for each company. So here, let's create a new bar plot. Let's just name here bar plot. Okay. And to do this, let's create a new instance of a figure and axis. So here, let's create a new figure and axis, and we are going to create here with a pyplot subplot. So pyplot subplots. Okay. Once we have this figure and this axis, we can proceed to plot on top of it. So to do this, we just type the axis, and here we use a method of Matplotlib, which is the bar h. This will create a bar plot. And here we specify the two lists. One is the group names and the other the group values. So here the first argument are the names of the companies. So here names, and the second the values of the companies, right? Basically the values for each element. Very important that both of these lists have the same size. We know that they have the same size because we're ensured that these lists here proceed to this dictionary, right? They come from this dictionary. So we run this, and as we can see here, we have the data plotted in a bar plot. right? We can see here for each company in a very easy way which of them have, or basically has the most sales, or which of them seem to have the most of the sales here, right? So when we plot this by default, we see this style. In Matplotlib, there are many styles available. To see a list of styles, we can just here print with the pyplot style available. So here let's try to do this. We print in a new window, print pyplot style available. We run this, and as we can see here, we have a list of all of the possible styles that we can use and see here in Matplotlib. We can see there are lots of styles to tailor our visualization to our needs. You can activate a style with the following. We just type pyplot style use and then the style name. We can try, for instance, to use this 538. So here we just type pyplot style use, and we here as a string we type the 538, right? We can just have one quote, another quote. We run this. Now we are using this style, and then we can proceed to remake the above plot to see how it looks. So we just copy here the bar plot, we copy these instructions, we come here, we paste them, right? And we run. And as we can see, we have a different style than the initial one. Now we are using the 538. We can, for instance, check with another one. Let's just have here a grayscale. What about the grayscale? We run now, and we run again. So here we have the bar plot in a grayscale. As we can see, there are lots of interesting and very cool styles to test out. The style controls many things, such as color, line widths, backgrounds, and more. With this, we end the lesson on the introduction to the data and style. Remember that you can download this notebook and all of this code on the downloadable documents of this lesson.